Welcome back to another Chatting with Wisdom. And so we are still on the special editions of our Chatting with Wisdom. So we are talking about our International Women's Day event that is happening. It's a 3-day event starting March 8th to the 8th to the 10th in March. And so we are super excited. It's all Eastern time. And so we have a very fun-filled and exciting conversations going on with a number of different speakers. And these special editions are an opportunity for us to be able to talk ahead of time to our speakers and get to know them a little bit before we head out. So Lisa, let's start off with introducing who are you? So tell me a little bit more about who you are.
So my name is Lisa Acker, and I am a love, dating, and sex coach, mainly starting to focus more on the sex coaching. I have worked in the coaching business for several years, but really have a passion around helping women deal with their trauma, deal with shame, and really embodying and loving themselves for who they are and in their sexuality. And so very, very sex positive person, and want to make sure that women around the world feel the same way.
And so we were just talking before coming on about how when we were sharing yesterday during the live, it was like, oh, there's going to be a couple of people who are going to have some topics that are going to make me feel very uneasy. Here's one of the areas. I need to step into that discomfort and being able to talk and share about where things are coming from. And I love how what you talked about was trauma, because that is where my discomfort comes from. And so that's just kind of like, I don't talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. And that, so like just being able to have this opportunity to be able to learn more about what is normal, what is natural, what is a good way of being able to have these conversations. So I'm going to suspect that you probably get lots of people like me that are in this area of discomfort. So how do you approach that?
So typically, this area of discomfort is caused by several different factors that are either mind related, body related, energy related, spirit related, any of those kind of emotion related. So typically what we like to do is we break it down into different sectors. So if it's mind related, it's going to be a mind block that you possibly have around it. Maybe you just don't believe that you can have orgasms, right? If it's your emotions, what kind of emotions come up for you sexually? What is the energy that you're exchanging either with your partner or with yourself when you are being sexual? And in your body, I mean, are you comfortable with your body? Do you love your body as is? I'm not talking about having to be something different, but do you love your body as is? And in your spirit, it really deals with spirituality. And do you have any restrictions around something that you learned as a child through religion? We're here to embody all religions, all attitudes, all, ethnicities, but just in general, that's one of the things that we would deal with that element.
And that's really interesting, because I wouldn't have thought of it from all those perspectives. And so for me, it's about being able to not have not having the conversation with other people, right? So it's like, it's kind of discreet, it's quiet, and that kind of thing. And so for me, that's where my discomfort comes from, is like being able to vocalize it. And so we were talking about, again, before coming on, that we have a panel of women who choose which topics are going to be live and which ones are going to be recorded based on the applications that come in. And one of the people who were on the panel is my mom. And so when they were going through, so my role, because I don't give any input, my role is to simply provide the information, and then and then they go through and they decide on a scaling system, like which one they want to be able to do, who wants to do what, and then we kind of total the numbers together. And my mom was up in that high level, and I'm like, oh my God, like having conversations with my mom. Right? So it's like, how are we going to do this? And because I was because my mom is older and she's in the older generation. And so I thought for sure she was going to have this topic down in the bottom of the conversation, but it wasn't. And so I was just really, really inspired by that. So but yeah, so it's just really interesting how different topics make people feel a little more uncomfortable, right? So, and this is one of the areas.
Yeah. I mean, that's such a good point. There's so many, sexuality affects all, elements, all races, all ethnicities, all,
Yep.
all ages. And so it's what I really want to do as a sex coach is really empower women on their journey, whatever that looks like for them.
Yes.
Whatever age they are at, whether they're in their 20s and trying to get through trauma they experienced as a child, whether they've been through a traumatic situation like rape or incest,
Yep.
or whether they're just were raised in a more conservative household and don't know they didn't know the possibilities of what sexuality and opening yourself up to different elements of that and what that could do for you.
And I know that those are some of the things that in terms of like your body releases and all those kinds of things happen,
Mhm.
make a huge difference. And I know that when somebody is pregnant, for example, and they are getting closer to the due date, that is one of the things that like they actually encourage orgasms in order for things to be able to start flowing differently and helping with that. And so I don't know how the mechanism of it works, but like it
Mhm.
really is. That's one of the things that that you hear all the time. It's like, okay, well, you want to be able to speed it along, do some of these things, walking, having sex, like doing all these things
Yeah.
to kind of get things moving and shifting. And it's like, okay, and now here we are at a women's conference going to have conversations about how do we do this to be able to feel good in our own body and being able to feel okay with these conversations.
Yeah. And I mean, I just think sex positivity, no matter what that looks like for you, is so empowering. And it's something that I want for all women. I want them to just own where they are at with their body and love themselves for the beauty that they are and not
Mhm.
feel like they have to be something that is, perpetuated on media or social media and all of that kind of stuff. The stereotypes of what women should be, whatever that means, right? And just going into so many other different elements just to really show women the endless possibilities of, one, loving themselves, but two, becoming so sex positive that they don't have to rely on their partner and their partner's ability, or let's face it, lack thereof, to be able to help them have orgasms.
And it's just really important. And so like I
Mm.
thought that I was doing a really good job as a mom of boys of being able to teach them like how to be able to make it normal. And like so we would
Mm.
have different conversations and but then then when this topic came up, it was like, oh my gosh, now what am I supposed to do? And so like even having conversations with my daughter-in-law and my son, like when and if they have conversations about sex, then like it's just like it's not a big deal. And we have these conversations and but then it's like, okay, so now now within ourselves and what is it that we're supposed to do and those kinds of things, right? So just being able to figure out how to make it even that much more normal. So so for our grandchildren and generations beyond is being able to have that self-respect of what it is that we need to be able to do what we need to do for ourselves, right? So being able
Yeah.
to make sure that we are independent and just being able to strengthen that and I know that there's a number of different people that I've worked with over the years who have had very comfortable sexuality. And so, like being in mental health and addictions, is that I've heard lots of conversations about what was going
Yeah.
on, and I've been able to be not judgmental and then turn it inwards, right? So then it's like,
Yeah.
okay, so now what? Now what? So I'm good at listening, but but
Some
where
of
am
it
I at
is.
in terms of my own values and
Mhm.
what do I need? So I'm really looking forward to the conversation, as uneasy as I feel in a group of women, and but I am going to actively participate and be present and be able to have the conversations because I think that that's really important in being able to show others how we actually get to step into our uncomfortableness. And so many people would probably not many hosts would probably not say, oh, by the way, that topic's going to be like really uneasy and really uncomfortable for me. But I really strongly believe in authenticity. And I really believe that the journey that I'm going through, there's going to be other women who are going to be like, I don't know if I'm going to come into Lisa's session, right? I think I might have to be busy at that time because I don't know that I want to sit through and feel uncomfortable. And so I'm asking you guys to like just, or you ladies, not you guys, to just kind of step in and just be in the space of being uncomfortable. And there's going to be other topics and different areas that are going to make you feel uneasy. And maybe this is going to be one of the topics that doesn't make you feel uneasy at all, but some of the other topics may. And so just being able to step into this transformative weekend is really what I encourage you to do, because this is exactly how we actually get to evolve and we get to grow and we get to take things into that next step. And like, obviously something's been going well because we've been doing this for the last 7 years. Right. So the last 7 years, and I haven't had anybody say, yeah, forget it. I went last year. I'm not coming back because it's crazy. Right. So I have people who have been with our conference since the beginning who have loved each and every one of the topics and conversations that have happened. And each one is not for everybody. However, I encourage you to just be open and listen and see if maybe where things are going. So do you have any feedback or any ideas or things to say, Lisa?
What I would tell all the ladies out there is allow yourself permission to, one, not worry about what other people think about you in this element. Allow yourself permission to feel your sexuality, to be okay with your sexuality, whatever that means to you, and give yourself permission to watch this. And even if it's at the edge of your comfort zone, you know, they say that growth is at the edge of your comfort zone. Even if that's where you feel around this topic, come watch and just lean back, listen. I mean, if you're uncomfortable to volunteer and offer up questions, that's okay. All I want to spread in this message is some, you know, education, some, you know, growth. And I also want to just help ladies really, truly embody their sexuality, empower them in that moment for themselves, and just give them the tools and tips to be able to take home and at least utilize, you know, 1 to 3 of them, if not more, hopefully, for themselves to really start those steps to not having to rely on their partner.
And I really love that. I love that that part of being able to just step in. And I love that analogy of the that we're just on the edge, right? So, and nobody's signing up for this weekend because they've got everything figured out, right? So like and I have yet to ever meet anybody who's got everything figured out. And we always have opportunity for growth. And so even being the host of this for the last 7 years, every year I have something new that I take away from. And so whether it is from one of the speakers or from one of the participants. And so our participants are very insightful and provide us with some food for thought that we sometimes don't think about what that is, because we teach it, we live it, we breathe it, we do all these things as part of who we are. And then we get one person who's just new to the game, new to the idea of what it is that they're doing, and in a different space of learning. And it's like, oh, okay, I never even thought about it from that perspective. Like, that's really neat. Or it's like, oh yeah, I remember when that was part of my my experience. And it's like, it's been so long ago that I forgot that beginning journey of where things are. And so I love that. And so I'm really looking forward to this topic, as well as some of the many topics that we have going on. And every year I say the same thing, because I don't know where the speakers come from. They come out of the woodwork in terms of like the level of inspiration that comes forward. And every year it's always like even that much more inspiring than the previous year, like every year. And it's like, I thought my first year's conference speakers were amazing. Right. And so then it's like, it's just this next level of, and especially for those who've actually been participating in this for the last 7 years, is like, it's this next level of growth. And then those who have not participated get to have that first experience that we had in terms of that first year, and then just continue to get and build on it. So I love this. I really love being able to watch and know that there's still many things that I still need to learn and experience as well.
Yeah. I mean, and for all the ladies out there, I just want to say that this is a safe space. just to come as you are. So
absolutely. Absolutely. And that's one of the things that by the end of the weekend, the ladies who have been a little apprehensive of coming into the group, they learn very quickly how safe safe the space is, and that vulnerability is definitely welcomed and expressed by all. So I absolutely love this. And so is there any final words that you want to say, Lisa, before we head out?
Just want to say how excited I am to be participating in this event. I'm really excited that I get to bring my knowledge to the forefront to you ladies and inspire you ladies.
Beautiful.
Looking forward to that weekend. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thanks so much. And so on that note, we are going to head out. But if you have any questions in the meantime, please definitely reach out. And looking forward to all the fun and excitement and all the dancing and the raving. I'm working on the playlist. I'm getting my daughter-in-law to actually help me with the playlist this year. So, but yeah, so looking forward to like our in between music list and looking forward to that. So thanks everybody, and we will talk soon. And don't forget to register. We are on early bird until the 23rd. So looking forward to meeting up with all of you, and talk soon. Bye for now.